Life is a divine adventure full of twists and turns, ups and downs. Diving into the truth, one finds not only inspiration, but liberation. Join us in the journey, the movement, and the revolution. Zig Ziglar said that the most important persuasion tool you have in your arsenal is your integrity. So I want to begin with a story. So I've been in LA for about 5 years. And what happened is I was up in Park City. I'm originally from Santa Barbara. And I had had my awakening. I had had this divine calling around my spirituality and becoming a doctor of divinity. And going into meditation over and over again, you know, there's callings that come through that. There's this voice that comes through and this knowing, and it comes different for every single person. But for me, it was a voice. For me, it was this knowing as well. And Spirit kept saying, go to LA, go to LA. Use media to live the truth, to teach the truth, to help bring more awakening around the world. And I was like, really? LA, really? Spirituality and LA, it didn't seem like it went together. But I listened, like I honor that knowing within, and I have to go off that. And plus, the city drawed me as well. So I came to LA, and it was really fascinating because here I was in my doctorate. I was doing, double, sometimes triple years of schooling, and realizing that, I was like, I feel less spiritual now than I ever have getting my doctorate in divinity, because it was, very logical. You're in your head all the time with books and with thinking through the laws of the universe and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, Spirit, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen, no problem. I kept on the journey. And then I realized, you come here and you start going out to events. And it's really fascinating because I remember the first time I ever went to a red carpet event. You see the Oscars on TV and whatever, and you kind of imagine that that's what red carpet events are like. You open magazines over the course of your life, and you see how there's pictures of all kinds of people on red carpet events. And it's just this big tabloid thing, right? So I go to this first event, years ago in LA, and I remember they were like, it's a red carpet event. So I show up with, I'm with a group and stuff, and it's like, literally just, they have this like red carpet like fake thing out front with bars around it, and they've just made this stamp and repeat, and they actually have a true red carpet. And I realized like the whole facade of Los Angeles, the whole facade of the persuasion of the tabloids, the persuasion of celebrityism. And so I start getting more into LA, and I'm trying to stay grounded in my spirituality. I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to have a daily spiritual practice. And then I'm trying also to go out and, network and begin to, be seen, and using media and knowing it's a real platform to help get our message and the truth around the world, right? So then I'm finishing my doctorate, and I'm finishing my book, and I'm getting to this place in my book, and I start reaching out to different publishers and different independent publishers and all this, and I'm like, wow, this is really a racket. It's like basically people want you to pay for your, it's not what I thought it was, put it that way. I thought that it was like, the facade, the persuasion that we see in the book industry is that you're going to actually like be discovered in your book, and then you're going to actually, go out there and become a bestseller and be on some speaking circuit, and it's just going to ride because you're so good or something like that. Some persuasive thing that the media has programmed us into thinking. And so, but the reality around this book thing has been really fascinating because, look, the reality is that publishers are in the business to make money. So they either want you to pay to get your book done and marketed and whatever, or they, take a majority of all the percentage and give 6% or less to their publishers, and they don't even market. They just make a decent book and like throw you out to the sharks to see if you can do it. But so the point is this, is that there's this power of persuasion that has happened through the media of seeing what Los Angeles is like. And this is actually a spiritual principle, believe it or not. The title of my talk today is The Power of Persuasion. And this is the deal, is you start meditating on this, like, am I doing this out of authenticity, or am I just doing this for accolades of being, acknowledged and needing some validation from the world? And so it brought me to Louise Hay's story. And I'm sure many of you guys know Louise Hay's story. She's a spiritual practitioner. She actually was a New Thought minister and a doctor of divinity. I actually have those exact same 3 degrees that she has. And so she's kind of like a little role model for me. And so her story is fascinating, because what happened was she actually wrote a book. She wrote a book, years and years ago. And the book itself did nothing. Like, she printed off a bunch of books. It wasn't even the book that she actually, it didn't look exactly how she wanted to look. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't whatever. But she thought, you know what? I just got to go for this. This is something in my heart and my calling, and I just have to get this book out. I have all these books. She had, I think, thousands of them or something like that. And she's like, okay, we're going to sell the books. Needless to say, the story is so amazing, because it wasn't until 20 years later that her book became a New York Times bestseller. It actually wasn't until she went on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And so the point is this is my point, is that there is a power of persuasion, that we each have this power, this life force, this all-knowing inside of us that has the power to persuade anything. Because the reality is this, is a book or a celebrity or anything in Los Angeles, anything that is influencing the world, a television show, anything like that, none of it's going to be received unless it's in what the cultural consciousness desires, right? The cultural consciousness loves addiction. They love drama. They love that because it's addictive. That's why in television shows you don't see shows that are just all feel good and happy endings all the time, because they're not addictive. That's how the law of the universe works, is we get into addiction when it is not the truth. And we keep trying to understand it over and over again to have a breakthrough, so it goes beyond that dysfunction. Anytime, it's like why junk food, you can eat junk food and you're going to be addicted, but you're not going to get addicted to bananas. It's because when we're in alignment with the universe, there's something that allows us to keep going, expressing, and keep moving on. But when there is discord, like in celebrityism, in the tabloids and all that, that's what is addictive. And so that's what sells, if you will. Sex sells, tabloids sell, drama sells in Los Angeles. So my point is the power of persuasion. And there is, the true leaders, if you really want to be someone who is persuasive, not just coming from an addictive standpoint and trying to entrap people in the drama. True persuasion comes from the heart. It comes from that spirit within each of us that desires to express something that's never been expressed before. For example, Steve Jobs knew and desired to see the computer in people's homes, at their desktops. People didn't even know they needed this. They didn't know they wanted it. They didn't know. People don't know what they don't know, as the saying goes. So the highest persuasive manner is bringing something new that's never been known before. Something that brings people to a new experience of life that they've never had before. And so I know that if you desire to write a book, if you desire to be the best actor in the world, if you desire red carpet and glamour of Los Angeles, you've got to look through the veil. You've got to look through that persuasive baloney, the BS, the belief systems that all the media has been telling you. And you have to arrive to something that's deeper and more profound and going to have people have an experience they've never had before. So the power of persuasion, as Zig Ziglar said again in his quote, is the most important persuasion tool you have in your entire arsenal is your integrity. And I know for Louise Hay, it was a calling. It was so integral that she couldn't deny this truth of bringing these universal laws and the truth that you can heal. You can heal by the power of your mind. And she knew this. This was her integral. This is what her true purpose and calling was. And that's true persuasion. Anyone can persuade by chaos, by drama, by all the tabloid. But the reality is that it's not going to last. It's not going to set people apart to become the icons that they are born to be. And so I know right here and right now that there's something in you that desires to have the power of persuasion. The persuasion to be the leader and inspire at a realm and bring something new to this world. We are infinite innovators, and as we put the elements together, it is endless of the new innovations, the new inventions, the new art, the new expressions, all of that. And so I know right here and right now that this is a day of power of persuasion, that there's something in you that can persuade you to live beyond what you've known, to live with vitality, to have relationships beyond what you've ever known through your power of persuasion. And so as you go into this day, I'm going to know this truth for you in my consciousness and this community consciousness, as together we say, and so it is. And so on that note, I want to say, welcome. My name is Dr. Erin Fall Haskell. I'm Reverend Dr. Erin Fall Haskell, and this is a community of awakening the world. I would love for you to get involved. My dream, my power of persuasion is to bring something new that really has never been done before, which is bringing an online community around the world where you can tap in all points in time, listen to meditations, listen to visioning, listen to inspired talks, have prayer work, get prayer partners, have all kinds of community at your fingertips at all points in time. So if you'd like to get involved, please private message me, or you can go to awakeningtheworld.org. You can press get involved and you can tell me what your expression is. We want your expression. We want your unique divine expression. And so please stay tuned. We go through each law every Sunday as well. You can also watch us on our podcast. We're so excited to announce that we now are having thousands of downloads on our podcast, which is all across from everything from our iHeartRadio to iTunes to Google Play, you name it. So we are a work in progress, as we all are. And I'm so excited and I'm so honored to be living, speaking, writing, and loving the truth. So please join us at awakeningtheworld.org. Again, I'm erinfallhaskell.com, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. There's a couple programs on there as well you can get involved with. Stay tuned for the law of the day, the universal law of the day.
The law of DHARMA, or purpose. This law states that each person has a specific gift, a unique purpose and message to bring to the world. You have a unique talent that no other individual in the world has. Through the intention of working for the highest good and out of service, this law unlocks the divine within. The entire cosmos has a line for you to take on a physical form to fulfill your specific purpose. There's a message and a gift within you that the world thirsts for. You are the only person in the entire universe with this divine purpose. This is a sign that your soul is ready to give it to the world. You have known what this purpose is for quite some time, but have not believed yourself worthy of such a grand plan. The universe is conspiring for your greatness. You have to get out of your way and commit by putting in both feet. Your divine purpose is your destiny.
Hi again. I would love to invite you to get involved with awakeningtheworld.org. There's many ways you can do that. You can like, share, and comment on this video right here. You can also go to awakeningtheworld.org and you can click the link, get involved. We want your unique divine expression. This is a community of like-minded people helping and serving the world. This is a global and international community. You can also get involved by simply downloading our app that has 30 free guided meditations, and you can also begin to take one of our courses. We have 30-Day Prosperity, and we have Divine Mastermind. We also have Sunday service every 9 a.m. on Sundays, and we have a prayer hotline. We also have a Wednesday mastermind where we collaborate and rise all together in our personal lives and in this community. So have a wonderful divine day, and please go to awakeningtheworld.org and get involved. We would love to have you. So if you're not familiar with New Thought movement and science of mind, I would love to just tell you a little bit about what we believe. We believe that there's really one source of this universe, and it's God, it's divine, it's spirit. And we believe that that is within us, that it is not some outside source, but it is the expression of ourselves. And to the extent that we become aware of this consciousness, this divine consciousness, this presence indwelling within us, is the extent to which we experience our full spiritual powers, our ability to make an impact and awaken ourselves and awaken the world. We also believe that the individualization of spirit is within, that each person has a unique divine expression and gets to use the universe in a macrocosm and a microcosm within their own life. They get to use it in the filter of their life, so every belief that they have has to be reflected in this world. We believe in eternality. We believe in immortality. We believe it's right here and right now. We don't believe heaven is after we die or hell. We believe it's right here, and it's the extent to which we use our mind. We can use it for chaos to live a hell, or we can use it for harmony to create a heaven here, right here on earth. We believe that heaven is within us, literally. We also believe that the unity of life is the highest and most use of our divinity. We're here to have all discord and all suffering go away. We're here to use our consciousness and see how we demonstrate. So we get to use this in this material world, this relative experience, this divine thing called life. We also believe in direct revelation of the truth. We believe that anybody and everybody's birthright is prophecy, that we get to live this, and the extent to which someone is really in tune with their higher self, in tune with the truth and wisdom and love, is the extent to which they begin to teach the truth. They begin to live the truth. They begin to awaken the world. And so that's why we believe that as we awaken ourselves, we awaken the world. We also believe that universal spirit operates in a creative medium called the law, this cause and effect law that is the reflection of how we use it. We get to have limiting beliefs and restrict that law and feel the experience of a limited life, or we get to expand our consciousness and experience our grand powers within. We also believe in the healing of the sick, the healing of circumstances through the power of mind. We know that we are the effect of the environment, but we get the choice of what environment we get to put ourselves into. We get to know that everything of life, the chaos, the toxins, the environment issue is really at the core of our consciousness as a culture, as one spiritual entity called the human race. And the extent to which we choose to heal Mother Nature, we get to heal ourselves and have a non-toxic world, is the extent to which we get to have higher and higher vibration as we eat whole foods and align with Mother Nature and align with authentic truth, is the extent to which we will experience vibrant vitality. And also we believe in eternal goodness, that at the core of every single person is a good spirit, that there is a divine highest potential within each person, and we choose to focus on that. We choose to expand that because we know this: what we give energy to expands, and what we don't diminishes. And how we hold the world is how it's going to expand, because whatever we resist persists. So we're here to know the truth. We're here to know wisdom, truth, and love together as a community, knowing that these principles free us. We're here as a community, a movement, and an international spiritual center. Have a great day, and please, we'd love for you to be involved.